Hey everyone, this is Patrick, and it is time for some more first reactions. I listened to 5 metal releases that dropped on Friday, April 7th, and I would like to give you my first reactions to them. So, I checked out the new Anthropophagus. This record is called Abuse of a Corpse. CD and cassette come out on Headsplit Records. They're from Montague, Massachusetts. 9 tracks, 36 minutes of music. And as the album cover and band logo dictate, this is a grimy death metal record. Anthropophagus basically combine old school death thrash. There's even some tinge of blackness, of blackened sort of vocals on it, a little bit of speed metal. Track 9 on this album track 8 on this album, there's a Tony Iommi Black Sabbath riff that the song opens with and builds for the first few minutes. Overall, I give this a 7.1 out of 10. Didn't love it on first listen. The 0.1 means I'm going to give it another listen to see if it becomes an album that I will regularly go back to or not. I do like their debut album. Maybe it's a bit heavier, but this album probably there's more variety on this album. More variety of riff styles and longer songs. So that is how I feel, at least after my first listen to Anthropophagus. Next up, we have Larvae with Entitled to Death. This band's from Oakland, California. 6 tracks, 36 minutes of music. And this is doomy death metal. I don't actually think it's death doom, even though it's advertised as death doom. Mostly death metal with slower parts. Think of Temple of Void. When it gets more sort of busy and chaotic, you can even think of bands like Sedimentum. But Temple of Void is who I think of the most. Good album. 7.1 out of 10. I will revisit it. Didn't love it. It didn't hook me very much, but I think it will be worth exploring at least one more time. Next up, Paraphilia with the Memory of Death Given Form. This is an independent release. Amazing, cool, cosmic artwork. And this album is actually really popular on metal Twitter right now. I, on the other hand, didn't like it all that much on my first listen. There's a theme here. 7.1 out of 10. Very modern sounding death metal. I hear Gojira at times. I hear maybe Atre Belis, but not as technical, not as tech deathy. I'll give this another listen as well. It wasn't bad by any means. The drumming is pretty relentless. Cool modern sounding death metal band. Next up is Lethvm with Rinserreis out on Drunk Records. They're from Belgium. 6 tracks, 36 minutes of music. And this is awesome. This reminds me of Amun-Ra, who are also from Belgium. So you know what that means if you know who Amun-Ra are. This is post-doom, post-hardcore, bit sludgy metal. Great emotional delivery from the vocalist. There are those more somber, clean moments like you hear in Amun-Ra, but enough hardcore groove here and there. Very doomy, very good. Really enjoyed this listen. There are moments when it gets a bit just almost Dillinger Escape Plan in terms of that's gonna sound misleading. It does not sound like Dillinger Escape Plan, but like there are just moments where it gets chaotic for a brief brief duration of certain songs. I'm thinking of track 1 in particular. I like this release a lot. Lethvm Winter Ice out on Junk Records. I give this an 8.3 out of 10. Very, very good. And finally, my favorite album of the week. This is Nekis with Sepulchral Divination out on Century and Ruin from Germany. 6 tracks, almost 52 minutes of music. This is an 8.5 out of 10 for me. It's probably even a little bit higher than that. I've listened to it twice. I love it. This is doom. This is death doom, but that really leans more into the doom part of the subgenres. I was looking for an album like this. A death doom project that is mostly doom without sounding sludgy. That's what this is. So it satisfies that death metal itch, but it's doom. It is mostly doom. There's some funereal tempos here and there. It's pretty slow moving. Maybe Primitive Man will also come to mind, but it has sort of the atmosphere of those of projects like Acerp, maybe Ulcerate, but this is just, a really great death doom leaning mostly into the doom album that I am happy to have found and listened to from this week's releases. That's all I got for you this week. And remember to stay heavy. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the comment section. Bye.